We are underway our third week together, so stay tuned for day 7 as we add on a few little more movements that we did in week 2. Welcome back to day 7 and welcome back to another workout. My name's Frank and we are going to be really pushing our mobility, pushing our strength and trying to find and reach some new limits here today. So as always, we have a 20-minute workout. Each workout that we're doing is going to have 20 moves, all right? The moves are going to be 45 seconds long with a 15-second rest break in between. So let's get to it. Let's grab our water bottles, let's get hydrated and let's smash today's workout. Let's get 15 seconds on the clock and we will count it down. Get some water as always, can never have too much. All right, and to start, we're gonna do our seated alternating 90-90 hip openers. So, seated position here, knees bent 90 degree. And again, I'm just gonna rock and then drop. As you can see, feeling a little tight. So I'm just going side to side, trying to bend that knee. And again, watch from just dropping everything all the way over. Try and keep the hips down and let that knee push because that's really gonna get into that hip. So we're just rocking side to side. Again, I'm gonna keep these legs a little bit wider than hip width and I'm rotating down. You can even use the hand to kind of push down a little bit here. So legs at 90 degrees. I'm rocking side to side, pushing that knee in, opening up into the glutes, and we're just loosening it up. You can really feel that groin and inner thigh. So we're just gonna go back and forth side to side and open it up, all right? Next, we got our alternating calf grab holds. So we've done these before and we will do them again, but now we're just gonna try and hold it a little bit longer. So not only are we gonna stretch our hamstrings, but also we're gonna work our core. So legs straight, reaching up, boom, we're gonna hold. So instead of going real fast, I'm gonna try and hold on to this for a little bit. Really pull. Now again, if that's too hard, you can stay down. You can hold it here. You can drop the other leg, drop it down, reach, pull, and hold, right? But if you can, let's stay up, pull in the back of the leg. I'm gonna feel the abs, I'm gonna feel my core working. I wanna get a nice stretch. Really stretch it. Again, you can have a little bend in the knee, that's fine. Bringing it down. But again, I'm really trying to open it up here. So stretching out the back of the legs, really reaching for it. Pause for a second, embrace the stretch, embrace the hold, and the squeeze, all right? Next, we're gonna do some heel tap crunches. So I'm just kind of lying down flat onto the back. And I'm gonna sit up a little bit. It's almost like doing a small crunch. And again, keeping the shoulder blades down, I'm gonna reach for the heels, right? Again, go as far as you can. If you can only tap a little bit, that's fine. Again, we're just trying to reach and then touch your heels. Getting a small crunch. Watch from pulling on the neck though, be careful. Keep the neck straight as you can and then pull. And then also if you'd like, we don't have to do the heel tap. You can just do a small crunch. You can keep the hands lightly behind the head. But for here, trying to get that little extra reach. Sitting up, small crunch, and then trying to tap the back of our feet and just touch the heels. And just reaching for it. Good, good, good. All right, going into it. Next, we're gonna have a lying 90-degree bent knee crossover stretch. So we're lying down flat onto the back, and we're gonna start off on one side, and we're just gonna drop the knee over. So we're dropping the knee, just gonna let it pull, and then stretch, and then bring it back. And then drop it over, and nice pull. Now you might even just leave the leg here, and just push down onto the top and onto that side. So we're just loosening it up. Nice pull, it's gonna open up in the hip, open up into the lower back. And then we're just gonna reach and stretch in there. Just dropping it down and over. Nice pulls. Good stretch. Great, we're gonna take a little break for a second, then we're gonna do the same thing onto the other side. So we're lying down flat on our back, keeping the other leg straight down. And then we're gonna drop that leg over. So let's drop it over, lean onto that side, and open it up. Oh, I just felt my back pop. That's okay, sometimes it's just air escaping the joints. Just loosening it up, relaxing. Bringing that knee back over. You can bring it all the way back every rep if you'd like. Rotate and twist. And a lot of times when I'm twisting too, I like to look to the opposite side. So looking to the opposite side, nice stretch. And just furthering that rotation, really loosening up the back and rotating through. And we're opening it up. All right, so next we're gonna just still lie down onto the back and we're gonna have our dead bug bicycles. So we're here onto the ground, and then with the traditional dead bugs, we're here, right? And then we're bringing that opposite arm and leg down. But what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna alternate the feet. So we're gonna drop one and then bring it up. Boom. And we're sitting and twisting, getting that bicycle movement, but we're repeating and we're just keeping the legs up the whole time, dropping one leg down. So small bicycles, you might even call this an opposite knee to elbow crunch, but we're just trying to get a little twist and a little rotation, because a traditional bicycle, we're here going rapid fire, and that does get a little hard. So we will build into that in the future, but for right now, just trying to twist. Kicking that leg out and stretch. All right, so we're gonna go into a narrow Superman. Little variation. We've done a lot of Supermans in this program so far, and we will continue to. But all we're gonna do is we're gonna keep our arms and legs super straight, and we're gonna pulse up. So here, and up. Up and down, just staying narrow, and raising up. And we're working our lower back. We'll feel the back of the legs a little bit. If you like, you can't even point the toes out, because anytime I do that with the toes pointed out and I'm getting some extension in the back of the legs, it's gonna hit my glutes a little bit more. So just a little different position, but you can play around with the feet. You can play around with the hands a little bit if you wanna try a neutral palm. Going straight up. And we're just pulsing up and down, you'll feel it work. All right, pushing back up. We're gonna get into a bird dog crunch, and then we're gonna do the opposite side. So bird dog, we're dead in this quadruped position, kneeling onto the ground, and we're gonna stay on one side. So we're gonna reach, and then instead of bringing it back down to here to reset, we're gonna crunch, elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale, breathe in, pull the stomach in, exhale and crunch. Bringing it out and down. Reaching and extending. You can see I was playing around with my back leg. You can keep the foot flat if you prefer. You can even keep the toe there, but sometimes I feel like I may lose my balance a little bit. So we're up and we're bringing it in and we're crunching. Again, watch from hyperextending the back too much. Just bring everything as straight as possible. Exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale and squeeze. We got the bird dog crunch. All right, we'll do the opposite side next. Again, this is working the stabilizers and our shoulder and into our hips and legs here. So we're gonna get ready, get the opposite side, bring that arm up, extend, and bring it down. As you can see, I'm on the knuckles here. I just prefer that sometimes in keeping my wrist a little bit in a straighter position. But again, feel free that you can keep your hand flat if you'd like. Bring it down and squeeze. So we're reaching, working the abs, working the shoulders, working the glutes, getting the back of the legs, getting the top parts of our arms, reaching out, nice extension. Exhale and squeeze. Inhale, breathe in. Nice squeeze. All right. Next move, we're gonna have a side plank or a side knee plank, T rotation. So we've done these before. So again, we're gonna get onto the knees, get in a side plank position, and we're just gonna rotate. So we're coming down, and we're rotating up to the top. Inhale and exhale. I'm sorry, exhale and inhale. The reason why I like to exhale on the way down here is because I can feel the core, the contraction of my oblique, and then I come up and I inhale. But on the flip side, if you did go breathe in and then exhale, it's not gonna really hurt it too much. But again, like I said, if I can exhale at the bottom, I can get a deeper contraction. Anytime you take the air out of your lungs and you squeeze tight, we can get a nice deep squeeze. And as you can see, we're staying down onto the knees. For this beginner program, we're gonna use our knees a lot to our advantage, because as we finish through this and get into our last week, we're really gonna start pushing the movements even a little further. So down onto the ground, we got our side knee plank with our T rotation. So we're down onto the ground, coming down, and then rotating up. Exhale. And then inhale and breathe in. Exhale and squeeze. Nice contraction. Bring it up. Tight squeeze, feel the obliques, keeping those hips up. Inhale. Exhale. Deep squeeze. Focus on your breath. Breath is your energy here. Breathe on the way up. Exhale on the way down. All right, next, we have our good morning with our bottom end pulses. So with our good morning, we're standing up, and then we're gonna get a bottom end pulse here. So hands behind the head, coming down. One pulse, and then back up to the top. Hip hinge, bending over at the waist. Pulse at the bottom, coming up, trying to keep that back as flat as possible. One pulse at the bottom. Again, right when we get down to the bottom, you might hold it there, come up a little bit, right back down. Again, make sure that back is flat, and then coming up to the top. We're just moving down, pushing the hips and the butt back. Again, getting that one pulse at the bottom and then coming up. Little pulse, little squeeze, you'll feel the glutes, you'll feel the hamstrings, you'll feel the back of the legs. Coming up. Pulse and squeeze. Nice. All right, next, we have a squat stretch. So again, with the squat stretch, we've done this before. We're gonna sit into the movement. We're gonna push those knees out, wiggling the toes, getting these hips loose. So again, coming down, squat, pushing the knees out, stretch, back up to the top. And this time, since we're on week 3, let's go through it a little bit quicker now. Sitting into the movement. Again, if you can't come all the way down still, keep working it. Keep pushing those knees out. Sitting into it. Like I said, I like to keep the hands to the outside. Normally I'm gonna be looking up in a squat, but sometimes on this one I might look down. You might hang out here, give it a little wiggle, and then coming up. Sitting in this movement, because we're working on the range here. I'm trying to sit low. But like I said, if you can't sit low, reach down as far as you can. Try and squat, but sit into it, even if you have to bend over at the waist a little bit. Really open up the hips, open up the thighs, the groin, sitting into that movement there. All right, so next we got a squat with a bottom end pulse. And so what we're gonna do here on this squat is we're just gonna, just like we did on the squat stretch, except we're not gonna go as low, and we're just gonna pulse down into the bottom. So we're sitting here, one squat, one pulse, back up to the top. Squat, pulse and squeeze. As you can see, I'm gonna be moving through these movements a little faster. In the beginning, we were going very, very slow. Like I said, we were doing a small squeeze, a small pulse, nice contraction. You can go slow if you want to, if you feel like it's burning too much, but let's definitely pick up the pace a little bit. Get that pulse, squeeze at the top, pelvic thrust forward, squeeze the glutes, get a nice contraction, and we're just moving through it. Nice squat, sticking the butt and the hips and the butt back. Accidentally got a second pulse there, that's okay. One pulse, and squeeze back up to the top. Boom, nice. All right, so we're gonna do a reverse lunge, knee to chest. So with this one, we're working a little bit of balance here. So we're dropping one leg back, and then we're gonna step up together. We're gonna pull our knee to the chest. It's gonna work our stabilizers in our hips. So let's drop it down, and then knee to chest. Drop reverse lunge, knee to chest. As you can see, I'm moving through it a little bit more. We don't have to hang out at the top too much. Just coming down, opposite hand to knee. Again, as I'm here, it's almost like a sprinting position, pushing the hips and the butt back, keeping that knee directly underneath the heel, chest tall, pulling that knee up. If you lose the balance, just step, no big deal. Drop it down again, and back up and pull. Again, 90% of that weight is on the leg of the leading leg. I'm dropping back, pulling that knee to the chest, opening up the hip. Nice balance. Working the leg. Boom. All right, and we're gonna switch sides, same thing. So again, we're just dropping back, keeping 90% of that weight into that leg that we're working. And then we're gonna pull that knee up into the chest. So let's drop back, and then boom, pull. Drop, pull. Drop, and pull. Nice squeeze. Good contraction. Feeling that glute work. Abs are tight, chest is tall. Pulling those knees into the chest. Getting into work. Again, on this one, we're still gonna try and keep that 3/4 bend at the top. It may lock out a little bit as you're trying to pull the knee up. That's okay. Just get that knee to the chest and balance. And then we're pulling. That's all right if you lose your balance. Just drop down, boom, and we'll pull. All right, so next we got a kneeling scapula push-up to quarter rep push-up at the end. So we're just gonna come down onto the ground. All right, so we got the scapula push-up, drop, one push-up, up to the top. Scap push-up, over rotate, drop it back, one push-up. So we're just getting that little over rotation at the top. And again, we're getting a little bit of that scap push-up first, getting that quarter rep movement at the end. So basically when I finish a push-up, over rotate it, drop it back down, bring it back to regular, and then down. Push and squeeze, over rotate, drop it, bring it back, down and up. Boom, over rotate, drop it down. Good. Got in a nice little combo there. All right, so we got our kneeling plank up downs, and then we're gonna get into a few more moves. So kneeling plank up downs, we're here, kneeling position, and we're dropping down, up and down. So let's go up on the left, and then down on the left. Up on the right, down on the right. And then we're just gonna rotate sides, up onto the left, down onto the left, up onto the right, down onto the right. So we should be working now. Up left, down left, up right, down right. So this one we're not worried about too much with the over rotating of the shoulders or anything. We're just literally trying to get up and down. So keep working with me, keep fighting strong. I know you're getting a little tired maybe, but we just gotta keep pushing through. Almost there. Up and down. Boom, here we go. All right, so, and our next two moves, we got our bent over, elbow in row to tricep kickback. So it's a little combo move here. We've been doing these bent over rows every single week. But again, what we're gonna do here is we're bent over, squeeze the shoulder blades, kick the arms back and back down. One row, one squeeze, pump those triceps. If you are going all the way through this and you're squeezing your triceps hard, I really feel it. It feels like I have some heavy weights in here. And that's the thing with the tricep kickback, it doesn't ever take much weight. So even with body weight, if you're just pumping and squeezing those triceps, you'll really feel it. As you can see, I'm sweating here. So we're moving through it, retracting the shoulder blades, kicking those arms back in nice squeezes. We're moving through. Retract the shoulder blades first, Kick the arms back. Every single rep, retract those shoulder blades. Kicking those arms back. All right, we're almost there. Next, we have the bent over row with the elbow out into goal post. So in that same similar bent over position, all right, we're gonna elbow out row, goal post, flip it up, I'll show you. So we're here bent over, elbows out, goal post. Again, that's gonna test your mobility a little bit. Bring those elbows out, squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the upper back. Again, goal post, bringing it up and back down. Elbows out, up and down. So we're working on getting a little extra rotation in that shoulder, squeezing it upper back. I'm working here, so even in these bent over positions, we get our lower back and our core engaged. So always remember, when we're bent over like this, definitely be sure that you keep your stomach pulled in tight. Squeezing the upper back, getting those shoulders, even with no weight, I still feel these like crazy. Elbows out, arms up and down. Workout complete. All right, thank you so much for finishing the first day of our third week together. Now this did get a little harder, at least I felt it did. So with some of the movements towards the end, you can see I was doing those rows and those kickbacks. Like I said, it doesn't take a ton of weight, especially with that tricep kickback. You can use very, very little weight in the future and you really feel it. As most importantly, as you can see, as we're going through this body weight program here, starting our third week, it's all about the mind-muscle connection. I really, really, really want you to get that, because there's a lot of other exercises and workouts that you can do online, and there's gonna be other future workouts that I put out that are gonna utilize dumbbells and some resistance bands possibly, and some other things that are gonna challenge you. So that's why I wanted to lay out this beginner series to make it to the best of my ability. That way you have a nice foundation to do anything else you want to do in the future. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you being here, and I can't wait to see you in the next workout.